aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. So, those of you who are aware of what's going on with me developing an app for this mystery school, knows that it takes a lot of attention. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of time and effort. So, what I'm experiencing is that as I focus on building this app, I'm spending a lot less time creating social media. So, anyone who knows social media knows that it's not a good thing to not post. So, what I've decided to do here is, since I'm dedicated all my time and my attention to the creation of this app, I might as well document the process. So, what I'm going to start doing here is just a little daily update of what I'm up to with this app, starting with this first video. All right. So, if you're interested in this kind of thing, if you want to know what's going on with the app, go ahead and hit that like button. This, of course, lets the YouTube algorithm know that this content is worth watching and worth sharing. So, greetings, and peace to everybody. Greetings, Grace. What's up, Alora? Greetings, Secrets of the Sacred Serpent, the Lone Hero. Greetings. So, yeah, I got some packages here that I will be opening for certain. You know, I usually do the book openings on Instagram, but I'm gonna do it this way. Let's see. Yeah. All right. All right. So essentially, just a little backstory for people who may not know exactly what's going on. Previously, probably about a month ago, I started doing TikTok in an effort to reach a different segment of the audience. You know, I ran some polls before on Instagram and YouTube, and as it turns out, a whopping 75% of you guys don't use YouTube. So I figured, don't use TikTok. So I figured I'd go ahead and go over there and, just start making content to see what kind of people might be interested in this kind of thing. Well, after about a week's time of producing daily videos, about 3 or 4 videos on TikTok, I started to gather about 5,000 subscribers, which I would think is pretty good for a week on an app that I don't know anything about. But I don't know what kind of attention that brought, because most certainly my whole account was deleted. All the videos, I lost all the people that I made contact with, etc. So that put a bad taste in my mouth, because I did put a lot of effort and work into that, and it sucks to see that completely destroyed. But the good thing is, it gave me a wonderful idea. And the idea that it gave me was, why not create something of my own so something like that can never happen? You know, anyone who's ever created anything knows that when you invest a lot of time and energy into something, that's a part of your life, no matter how long it was. It's about quality, not quantity. But anyways, I figured, instead of bitching and complaining about that, why not go ahead and create my own app so I can really deliver and serve you guys with the type of content that I really want to put out and that you really want to, be a part of. So, long story short, I started collecting everything I had and I began condensing it, right? Because what I've really wanted to do for the past couple of years is to make a couple of online courses specifically designed to help bring people from not really knowing anything about magic, or not really understanding, or just being brand new, taking people like that and really pushing them to the next level with curated, precise, working methods of magic, right? Not just hearsay, not just this might be cool or this is what I heard, but actual tried and true methods. I wanted to create courses that would teach people how to do those things. But just for whatever reason, it never really panned out. I mean, if you look right here, I got a thick ass notebook full of all these notes that I've been taking for all the courses that I wanted to do, from Goetia stuff, Servitor, Psionics, Astral Projection, Shadow Work, Energy, Visualization, Meditation, all that good stuff. And, I've been working on this for, hell, probably 2 years by now. And pretty much it was going to be a 12-week course, with the first week focused extremely on meditation, visualization, etc., etc., etc. But as time went on, I realized that this would actually be way too big. You know what I'm saying? Most people wouldn't be able to handle that much data all at once. And that has nothing to do with how smart or how dumb you are. It's just how people learn. We wouldn't be able to hold that much new information because that's ridiculous, right? It's a completely new lifestyle for people. So the best way to do that is to break it into small chunks and to make it in such a way that my method, I would say, is making it in such a way that you can take that information and find different ways to apply it in your daily life, right? By finding different ways to apply it in your daily life, you can see instantly the results. You feel me? So it isn't just you're reading a bunch of cool stuff about magic. I want to provide people with the means to, have stuff that works. So, long story short, I've just been thinking and digging around, tinkering and tinkering, working with this app, and I've just been doing some research. I found a few different developers that specialize in different things, and I've been, just kind of going back and forth between a couple of them who can provide exactly what I want. And at this point in time, I really divided between two or three. They all offer the aspect where I can produce the content and teach the way I want to. But what I'm looking at now is, should I include a social media aspect? Like, should I include a community aspect? Because there's one team that has done really well for a lot of different developers that has pretty much a social network just like Facebook, where you can comment, you can like, you can share, upload videos, create your account, have groups, and all that shit. So really, what I'm just trying to figure out at this point, at this stage in development, is, do we need that? You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm focused on is teaching these methods and having a way that you can track yourself and record your progress. That's the number one focus. But I'm thinking, would it be helpful to have a community aspect where people can kind of go back and forth, talking about this, that, and the third, sharing tips and tricks? Don't get me wrong. I know that's going to be useful. But what I'm saying is it necessary for this? Because you can always go to Facebook. Is it necessary for this? So that's kind of what I've been really digging around about. Laura says, like a discussion platform for practitioners while they study. Yes. And I'm thinking maybe where people can do combined experiments. Because what I'm thinking is, in the long term, like this, I like to think way out there. This isn't just about teaching people magic. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done in the physical world, right? Nothing needs to be done in the astral plane. We're all good. But on the physical plane, there's a lot of experimentation that needs to be done. I truly believe that spiritual science is the science of the future. It's the technology of the future. I know it is, because it was the science of the past and we fell away from it. Now we're coming back. So what I really intend to do with this app is to teach enough people to where they can really get acclimated with spiritual science and start doing their own experiments, right? What I want to do is have a group of people focus on I'm not going to say exactly everything just yet, but focus on, say, a specific constellation and astral project there and see what kind of things we can bring back. Because there's a lot of information, a lot of data out there that is trying to get to us, but people aren't conditioned enough to receive it. And when I say conditioned enough to receive it, I mean we're not purified enough to receive those vibrations, because they're beaming down on us all the time. But most of us are so bogged down by life. We're so swamped by bills and he said, she said, celebrity, this, that, and the third. We're not receiving these messages, this data, right? And those who do, they come out with some crazy shit like, oh, the Galactic Federation is coming to save us. And, I'm from the cat race and I'm from the bird race. And it's not literal. It's not meant to be taken that way. But for someone who does do the work of inner purification, you can receive that information without sounding ridiculous. But anyways, that's what I really like to get to. I like to have a group of people performing psychic experiments and really bringing back some of this information that people haven't been able to tap into for an extremely long time. All right. So, damn. I'm supposed to stretch this all out for a daily vlog, but I just get so excited about this stuff. I don't want to stop. Yeah, Laura says it's also great for linking us up as study buddies. So yeah, I think the community aspect of the app would be a great idea. The only thing is, it would cost about $550 a month to keep that shit up, right? And if I were to pay for them to develop it, because there's fees for upkeeping an app, it would cost about $5,000 a year to really do that. Which it's possible, but what I'm trying to weigh down is if that is necessary. So really, what I'm looking at right now, as far as the two developers that I'm going with, the monthly fees range from $300 on the low end to about maybe $800 on the high end, right? Now, I mean, if enough people invest in the app, it might be worth it. Well, definitely be worth it. And I would have to charge a monthly fee, you know what I'm saying, just to keep it up. but it wouldn't be anything ridiculous. I'm thinking maybe like $22 a month, right? 2222, maybe something like that. And if enough people do subscribe to it, then we can definitely keep that shit up. Laura says, why not rev up the website? That is also a consideration that I had. It's not as smooth as I would like it to be. Now, I've talked to those developers as well, Mighty Networks. They also offer an option to customize an app where they could just take all the existing members and everything that I already have and turn it into its own app. But shit, they're even more expensive than the people I was just talking about, right? Yeah, they charge about $3,000 to $6,000 to create an app, and there's also going to be monthly fees. So if I'm gonna have to pay that much, I'd rather get something exactly the way that I want it. You feel me? I am Malachi says you should charge a yearly flat rate as a membership fee. That's another option. And that's what I'm saying. Like, all this stuff is what I'm really working on right now. When I say I'm working on the app, like, I want you guys to know that I'm not creating as much content right now. I'm not posting, Instagram, YouTube and shit as much as I usually am, because I'm focused on this and I'm trying to get this to, work out in the absolute best way possible. Oh, I get what you're saying, Laura, and use the website for discussion. Yeah, we could just use the community aspect there and then focus on the app for the teaching, which is cool. I like that. I'll think about that. Okay, so basically, if this is something that you're interested in, and you want to have your input here, because this is a community thing. Like, I know what I want to do, right? I've got it over here on my table and I'm going to show you exactly. But when it comes to you guys, like, you're going to be the ones using the app. You're going to be the ones that are involved with it. So I am looking to hear your feedback, like, for real. I'm not just saying that. Like, I'm looking to hear what kind of ideas you have, because you're the people who are going to be using it every day. But yeah, so like this video if this is something you're interested in. And I keep saying that because the algorithms are constantly changing, and the way that they go off of is engagement. So if people aren't liking and commenting on your videos, then they stop sharing them as much. So I hate to sound like that, but like the video if you're getting value out of it. All right, so anyways, I'm going to show you real quick what's on my table. Let's see. Yeah, definitely like the video if you have not already, if this is something you're into. I'm going to flip the camera around, show you my table. Yeah, I know it looks a bit messy. But my brothers, two of my brothers live with me. They don't really come up here at all. Maybe to just use the bathroom, but this is the dinner table, and nobody eats on it whatsoever. I don't even eat on it. So I've turned it into my desk in my study, and essentially, I have it organized like this. I wake up in the morning, and I do my mantras and my meditations first thing in the morning. Today is Saturday, so I did my Shani and my Rahu mantras, and that gets me right. Then I go take a shower and I do my Tatwashuddhi and my Lesser Vanishing Ritual, the pentagram, and that really gets my energy centered, focused, balanced, and it gives me enough time to have a clear head to approach what it is that I want to do. And I'm definitely going to be including stuff about that in the app, just kind of showing people my process. I'm not telling anybody what you should do or how to do it, but I can share with you how I do it and what I've been doing for years. So anyway, I said all that to say, I do my mantras, I do my meditations, I get myself focused, and then I come into the living room here. And like I said, nobody uses the living room but me. So I turn the dinner table into my desk, and when I sit here, mostly this is where I read. This is mostly where I do my thing. I got my unicorn that I focus on, and basically, this is the Chromebook that I use to kind of just take notes and shit like that on the computer. Otherwise, I'm taking notes and notes and notes on my thing here. But basically, I've got these piles set up because these are the different modules and courses that I want to do. Okay, so the first course that I'm going to be offering, the first training that I'm going to be offering, the first advanced training that I'm going to be offering in the app is going to be it's going to be called the Inner Light Activation System. Okay, I'm definitely going to give you all the details later on, but I just want to just keep people interested and get you an idea of what I'm working on. So the first app is going to be called Inner Light Activation System, and I'm using this group of books here to really focus on that, not the Vedic astrology deck. There's going to be a course on Vedic astrology, but that's coming later. First is going to be the Inner Light Activation System, and basically it's going to have a lot to do with the science of the Tatwas, right? And specifically, there is a process called Tatwa vision, and it is developed by the Golden Dawn. Okay, matter of fact, it is a I said this in my Instagram post. The Tatwa vision is actually a mandatory technique to master if you're going to rise in the ranks of the Golden Dawn. So I've been working on this for quite some time. You know, it's no coincidence that we've gotten into Tatwa Shuti, and I made it a really big deal to get the fucking book and actually do the exercises, right? Not because I think it's cool or I'm just trying to pass time, but because this is a necessary thing, right? It's a necessary thing to truly master your astral body, your etheric body, and things like that. Okay, we're gonna get back to this because, like I said, this is gonna be my first course that I want to teach people how to do this Tatwa Vision thing. Then, of course, another course I'm going to be making for more general magical training for most people is this stack right here. I'm going to be condensing all of this into digestible pieces because, you know, of course, I've highlighted and I've been studying this stuff for years, and you know, I've gotten all the best parts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the best parts and I'm going to condense them into a training, right? So that when people who are curious about magic and want to know how to actually do what works, they can just come into this app, take this training at their own pace, record their results, and track their progress, right? So you're going to know that your time is well spent, right? Now, this one right here, it's an occult staple. People might not know about it, but Hidden Power, How to Unleash the Power of Your Subconscious Mind by James K. Van Fleet. Like, this is awesome. You know, this is one of those books that really show you, you know, different ways of how to get it done, but it's not quite a magical book. It's written for regular people. But anyways, my plan here is to, well, the process of what I am already in progress of is condensing all of the best parts of this stuff into a digestible course so that you guys can learn how to do this on your own. And of course, you can get the fucking books yourself and read them. You know, I'm not saying don't do that. Please do that. But what I'm saying is I've been practicing this for a very long time, right? The next course that I'm going to be doing is involving the evocation of spirits, right? I haven't really taught my method of evoking the Goetia for a reason, right? I talk about it, but I've never really told anybody how exactly I summon the Goetic spirits. You feel me? And there's a reason for that because, you know, it's got to be done in a way that doesn't. Well, let me rephrase it this way. There's a way to do it so that it doesn't have a backlash on you, right? I mentioned in my live stream yesterday that I'm losing my fifth roommate over the past 3 or 4 years, 5 years. You know. But anyways, there's a way to protect yourself. There's a way to keep your area safe. There's a way to ground the energies that you're working with so that it doesn't rub off on other people, right? Not saying that that's what happened this last time, but that definitely happened the first 2 or 3 or 4 times. Anyways, the next stack of books is going to be more advanced high magic. You feel me? So you want to talk about like some quantum physics and shit like that, and how it relates to the occult, and how it relates to how it is drawn from Vedic astrology, the Vedic texts, right? We talk about the uncertainty principle and the slit experiment and all that shit like that. That all comes from the Vedic, right? These scientists didn't create any of that. It all comes from the Vedic. So yeah, that's gonna be on the way. So we got the inner light activation system is going to be the first course, and it's not just a rehashing of what's in these books, guys. This is literally going to be one of a kind, unique, brand new opportunity to figure this stuff out. And I'm using these books as like supplementary reading. You feel me? So it's not like I'm just copying what's in these books and creating something. This is going to be something totally new. So there's going to be an inner light activation system. There's going to be a Vedic astrology training. There's going to be a basic magic training, right, that deals with the foundation of the subconscious mind. There's going to be a course on how to summon these spirits safely and effectively. And there's going to be a course on advanced high magic, okay? So, oh yeah. And also, I've collected all of, you know, this is another thing I never really taught. My number one best ways on how to study, right? I got all these fucking books on my desk. Most people are struggling with maybe 2 or 3, but I've got a method of how I get through all this stuff, right? So I'm going to teach and include this how to properly study and how to get the most out of your study, like how to read quickly, how to remember this stuff, right? So it doesn't just go in one ear out the other. All right. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Hope you guys are enjoying this. And I hope that you guys are looking forward to this as much as I am, because this is exciting stuff. Like really, really. Useless Familiar says, "Hey Travis, I just bought Ophil's book on creative visualization based on your recommendation. Great read. Awesome, awesome. You cannot go wrong with Ophil. He's another teacher who wants you to understand. You know what I'm saying? He's not just filling your head up with fluff or trying to entertain you. He wants you to understand. So that's one of the reasons why I love Ophil." Straight Panther says the app should include a book list. Most definitely. And I'm glad you said that, because that's where I'm going next with today's little vlog. All right. So, dude, you would be the coolest roommate ever. No cap. Thanks. But that's because you guys understand what's going on here. Most people don't understand. So I kind of keep this, keep it under wraps, keep it hush hush. I'm not trying to impress or spook anybody out. I keep it to myself. If people have questions, I try to answer it, right? But this isn't really stuff that I broadcast to the world for reasons I've learned. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger and I wanted attention and shit like that, I wanted validation. Of course, I was trying to make it loud and, ooh, I deal with spirits. I'm a witch. I'm a wizard, right? But that never, ever has good results. But yeah, let's keep going. Oh, you have that same speed reading book. Yeah, it's pretty decent. She has a YouTube channel, Katja Seberson, where she teaches, her method. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like her stuff. Let's see. Peace, D. Lou. All right, so where was I? Oh yeah, the book list. All right, so every occult scholar's dream is to get a hold of documents that nobody else has, and such a thing has happened, right? One of my followers, who will remain nameless at their request, has gotten in touch with me, and they know how much I am in love with a specific author, and has offered to trade me for some money, of course, private documents and private notes from this author, right? From decades ago, from their private collection that they would use to train their students. So they sent me a big box full of all these notes that are they're organized, but it's not a book. Like, these are notes. And yeah, I keep them downstairs and sealed up because, I don't want any chance of this stuff getting out of my possession until I'm able to really extract everything. But I got those notes, and I'm definitely going to be including stuff like that in this app. And I'm glad I waited, because I actually got this a little while ago. I'm glad I waited because now I can use it in the app. You know what I'm saying? Now I can put it out, and nobody can freaking stop me, right? Because it's going to be mine. Nobody can block me or hinder me, and you guys can get it unfiltered. This is going to be stuff that nobody else has. That's what makes it so cool. Like, before, we were really tapping into like the Vedic information and other stuff that nobody's really talking about. But now, for real, this is stuff that is not mainstream. So we're really about to get into it. So I'm telling you guys, this is going to be completely worth it. But anyways, I really started digging through those notes more now than ever, because now I actually have a reason, like, as opposed to just learning. Now I have a reason. Okay, I get more motivated when I'm about to develop something into a teaching, because that's what I love to do. This is my passion. But one of the first things that I always do when I get a great book that has information that is, I add it to my Batman tool belt. What I do is I go straight to the bibliography, and I start looking at what they got their information from. And I look up those books on Amazon and I buy them. Now, what I found is that there's a lot of books here that this author mentioned that are not on Amazon. So not only am I getting these private notes, but I went ahead and scooped up every book that I saw within affordable range that this person listed in their bibliographies. So one of their notes was a whole notebook full of bibliography. So 2 days ago, I just dropped $200 on books, right? Another book spree. I kind of hate doing that, but I love doing it. You know what I'm saying? I hate it because it's a lot of money, but it's an investment. You know what I'm saying? It's an investment. And I love it because it's going to be Christmas for the next couple of days as these books start trickling in. So for those of you who waited, I'm now going to perform an unboxing. I don't know if any of these are the books that I ordered just yet. We're gonna find out. But yeah, I should start getting these books in the next couple of days, and I'm definitely gonna include these in the app. And as I read through them explicitly, what parts I found to be the most helpful. So, are you guys interested to see what's in these boxes? Let me know in the chat. Greetings, hero and father. Troy Sparks asks, does anyone work with Hecate? What does she like as offerings? Thanks. Hecate is she's an entity who is easy to work with, for sure. And she's so easy to work with that there's a lot of information online about her. And most of it is pretty decent. Not difficult to find at all. Oh, speaking of which, what's up, Hecate Goddess? Now, you showed me another book that was very interesting earlier on Messenger, that necromancy book. I am definitely interested in that. But yeah, let's get to what's good, Muslim Mystic. Let's get to this unboxing, shall we? Where's my stand? I don't have my camera stand. Oh well, I'll have to do this one-handed. All right, bear with me. All right. Cool beans. You know, I should add this book to my training stack, The Mental Toughness Advantage. This really helping me get through a lot of being overwhelmed. I'm going to add that to my study stack app. But yeah, part of the thing that I'm also dealing with is that this is so much information, and me trying to condense it into little bite-sized pieces, because I don't want to sound cocky or toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at breaking down complex info and making it understandable, you know what I'm saying, to someone who doesn't know anything about it. That's one of my skills that I've developed. But it can be overwhelming when there's so much. It's overwhelming not because I don't know what to do. I think it's overwhelming because I don't know where to start. There's so much. It's like, which one do I start with? I want to do the Goetia stuff right now, but then it's like, I also want to do the study stuff right now because the focus challenge was so effective. Like, everybody loved it. And for those of you who were a part of it, I hope that you guys are still using the Pomodoro technique. But damn, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, being overwhelmed. So this book is just one of the books that actually does kind of help me remember to just cut this thing down piece by piece in little bite-sized bits. Another really good book that has helped me with that most recently is this one here. All right, and it's called The One Thing. When they say focus, it's an acronym for follow one course until success. All right, he has here in the beginning, if you chase two rabbits, you will catch neither one. Russian proverb. Now that's powerful, right? That's powerful if you think about it. If you chase two rabbits, you will not catch either one. Why is that? It's because your energy is scattered and split, right? These rabbits are two things with their own intentions, and those main intentions are to get away from you. So they're going to be running at top speed in two different directions. And if you're chasing both of them, you're going to catch neither of them. So you follow one until you get it. Then you go to the next one. So that's another reason why I've decided to break all this up into different stacks in order, right? So first I've got to work on this right here. And I had to take all these stacks and arrange them as to what's most important. I damn sure can't start with the advanced fucking stuff because you gotta have a foundation for the advanced stuff. Now, it might be cool to start with summoning spirits because everyone loves that, but it wouldn't be the best choice to begin with, right? Now, this may be the best choice, but weighing everything overall, what I learned is that all of magic is founded upon the Tawas. That's what I figured out. All of magic is founded upon the Tawas. And if you don't believe me, ask yourself, why is it that in witchcraft, there's so much focus on the four elements? Where do the four elements come from? That concept originated in India from the Tawas. All of magic is focused and founded upon the Tawas. So that's why the inner light activation system is going to be the first course of this app. Now, I've been talking so much. Let's get to this book opening so I can see what came in. Alora says, all magic doesn't make sense until you really study Taoist. I'm telling you, this is not my opinion. This is not something that I think. This is coming out of study, right? Years of dedicated study. I'm not talking about I read a Google document one time or a Google blog. I'm talking about reading the books that the people who wrote books read. You feel me? But let's get to it. At the risk of sounding cocky, man, I just know what I'm talking about. You feel me? If you know what you're talking about, you don't have to be nice. I don't think I'm being mean. I'm just saying. If you're not studying the Tatwas, you don't really know what's going on. All right. If you guys haven't noticed, this is my magical box cutter. I've been using this thing for years. This is I got this from my last job at Lowe's. When I say last job, I mean the last job I'll ever have because I am unemployable. But anyways, I worked in the paint department and I had to stock the paint and mix the paint and all that stuff. So the boxes would come in from the warehouse, and the paint would come in these big ass boxes, and I'd have to cut the boxes open time after time after time again. And this is when I started to study the barcodes, and I started seeing 777 on all the Sherwin, no, all the Valspar cans, and I started seeing 666 on all the Sherwin-Williams cans, and that's when I started to realize like these people know what's up. Every barcode of Sherwin-Williams paint has 666 in it. Every barcode of Valspar for their paint had 777 in it. And I started using this box cutter to cut out pieces of those boxes to use for my Goetic evocation. So I would just cut little squares and I take them home and I draw my sigil, right? And that's also why I always have these Sharpies, because we used to always mark the Sharpies with what kind of paint needed to be rotated. So I these are just little habits that I picked up from work. And yeah, so I draw the sigils on the cardboard. You'll see me doing that forever. It doesn't matter how far I get in life. I'm always going to be using cardboard boxes and permanent markers. But anyway, let's continue. IMQ says my last job was at Lowe's too. I worked in the garden center. If you were in the South, I know it was hot as hell. The garden center was easy, man. Y'all had it easy in there. But anyways, let's see what we got. Boy, oh boy. I like this box. Have you guys seen that movie, The Tomorrow War, with Chris Pratt? I don't know. I don't watch movies. They all look the same to me anyways. All right, let me stop playing around. Hero and Father says, don't know if this is personal, but if you don't have a job right now, how do you make a living? YouTube pays well. Yeah, YouTube pays decent. OnlyFans pays decent as well. I'm an internet marketer, dude. This is what I do. Like, everything I do isn't visible. There's some stuff I do on the side that doesn't involve me. Like, look, I've been telling y'all about memes and mimetic magic and the triggers that make people do stuff. Like, I practice this stuff. I don't Major society isn't the only thing I do. Like, there's all kinds of stuff to sell online if you learn how to do it. There's all kinds of stuff to sell online. I showed Alora this whole top shelf of my marketing books, but I'm not going to share it here because reasons. But yeah, if you look, there's so many different ways to make money that don't involve going to somebody else's job. And there's nothing wrong with that, because everybody does what they want to do. That's cool. But for me, that's not what I wanted to do ever again, because I just had this habit of being employed by bosses who were complete dickheads, right? And I always got screwed over. But anyways, let's get to this box. All right. So I got myself some honey. 100% raw and unfiltered. The best kind. And cool beans. All right. So this isn't one that was on the book list, but this is one that I saw that will definitely help. The Secret Inner Order Rituals of the Golden Dawn. Yeah, all right. So this will be definitely supplementary to what I've been studying in my Golden Dawn book, which is pretty much the handbook for the entire order. And like I mentioned, and I've had this is probably one of the oldest books that I had of me getting serious about the occult. And, I've gone through these rituals over the past couple of years. But anyways, this guy here, Pat Zalewski, literally has approval from Israel Regardie, right? It says on the cover, with the approval of Israel Regardie. He worked with him, and Israel Regardie realized that, as I'm getting older and as this order is doing what it's doing, in order for us to really continue the tradition, we have got to share the secret rituals. We've got to let some of this information out. And so this guy has literally been co-signed and approved by the founder to talk about some of these. So, I mean, you can get it if you want. I haven't read it yet, so I can't speak on it, but that's why I bought it, because I know this has some juice that I will definitely be using in my app. And this honey's going to be delicious. I know it. All right. Can you guys dig it? All right. All right. So, this is the next package. Let's crack it open, shall we? Are you guys digging this or not? Is this something that you want to see or no? I thought it would be a good idea to just do a daily blog as opposed to not posting anything all day long. Because, you know, it just kind of feels like I'm not providing. You feel me? I don't know. That's part of my human thing. You know, I don't have to provide, but it just feels better when it is done. What's going on, Soldier? Say what's up to the people, Soldier.
What up, y'all?
Yeah. What you got in your hand? What you got?
Tea.
Tea, right? That homemade cold brew tea, right?
Gotta get you a glass.
Gotta get you a glass. I just got some honey in for mine, bro.
Okay.
See? It's real out here. I told you the only time they come up is to take a shower. Anyways, here we go. Next package. By the way, you guys should check out on Instagram where I posted that physical manifestation, right? So that sigil deals with the spider entity known as 10K, and I've been practicing the Tatwa vision method that I talked about from the Golden Dawn book, which is one of the secret order rituals, and that has certainly magnified the results of all of my work. And shit, yeah, I've been using that on that sigil. And just a long story short, this is where you really use Dharana and you become one with the sigil, and you open it up and you step into it and you go through a series of path working with that sigil, right? Now, there's a way to train yourself to get good at that, and that's going to be all in the inner light activation system of how to do it right. But you'll know you start doing it right because physical results start happening. And like I said, this is a spider entity. The sigil is a spider. The communication that I had within that sigil was a spider. So as soon as I came out of that meditation, I look and I see, and there's a freaking spider dangling down from the ceiling fan. Why? You see that? That's the ceiling fan, and it was on for a while. So it wasn't like the spider accidentally was up there. But he chose to be coming down, dangling to and fro, like right after the freaking ritual. And I went and grabbed my phone right away because I knew it would sound like, oh, you're just making that shit up. Like, no, you can see it. And that was the second time I caught it on camera. But anyways, let's continue. Let us continue. Uh-oh, the mermaid says, LOL, I'm looking at some spiders on my wall as I'm listening. What? I'm telling y'all, like, this stuff is real. Like, when you get a hold of this Tatwa vision method that I'm talking about and you start using it in your ritual, I know that it's going to take your stuff to the next level. I know it is. I know it is. Because we're so focused on the outside world, right? When you start working with this Tatwa stuff, you're going on the internal world where everything is connected. And when you really go into that internal world where everything is connected and you start making moves there, it has a response in the physical world. This is why I keep saying that all of magic is founded upon the Tatwas. All of it. I see you, Veronica. Okay, guys. I don't want to feel like I'm rambling and stuff. Let me know if I'm getting off topic, but I'm just so excited about this app and what I'm putting together, and I'm just happy to be able to share it with you guys. Because like I said, it wasn't sitting right with me not producing content. Like the TikTok thing, that really was a bummer. You know what I'm saying? After they banned my account, it was like, fuck, right? But nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me because this isn't what I want to do. This is what I'm here to do. This is why I live and breathe. This is my job. So there is no choice whether I want to do it or not. It's just some days I do it more efficiently and some days I do it less efficiently. But I've got to put content out because I know that a lot of the things that I recommend and say does help people, right? You guys come to my channel because you want to learn how to do your thing better. So let me stop lollygagging and show you what's in this package. Can't wait to show you guys what's in these secret documents. And see, I also don't want to put the documents out so early because I don't want a bunch of other people to like quickly jump on it and steal my shit, right? As much as I know that there are no enemies, I know that there are people who don't think the way that I think, right? And they are okay with doing things that I don't agree with. So in order to kind of just protect myself and the trust that was bestowed upon me to receive these documents, the stewardship to receive these documents and deliver them to the right people. That's another reason why I'm not just gonna put it all out right now. You feel me? So freaking excited. This is funny. Why? This is funny. Spirit Girl says, "Is taught was something to get into for a beginner." Yeah, absolutely. Because it is magic. You're not going to get away from Tatwas. You're not going to get away from it. You're literally built from them. Everything is built from them. So the more that you learn about it now, yes, the better you'll be off, right? And, stay tuned for this app because I'm going to be teaching everything about it. Okay, so here we go. What do we have here? Ooh, another book for the Tatwa collection. Yep. Tatwas and Gunas of creation according to the Upanishads, the fundamental elements of character traits of creation. So the reason I bought this is because I asked in our private Instagram group if anybody had any other books on Tatwas that they were looking into that I haven't heard of yet. And Shango, you guys have seen Shango from the live streams, he actually has this PDF, and he mentioned it before. I couldn't find it on Amazon, so I was like, bummer. But after doing some digging, I actually did find it on Amazon. And the PDF he offered, I did kind of look through it, but I didn't fully read it yet. But I saw enough to know that this is definitely something I want to get my hands on. Tatwas and Gunas of creation according to the Upanishads. And I say that because the Upanishads are actually some of the oldest writings on the planet. Definitely one of the oldest spiritual collections on the planet. So I like to look at the source material. I don't pay attention to any of this new shit because the new stuff is a regurgitation of the old stuff. This is the old stuff. This, along with the Rig Veda or the Bhagavad Gita, things like that. But this is actually brand new, as you can see, 2021. So awesome. That goes on this stack, and I'll be getting into that tonight. What else do we have here? Wow, there's two more. Excellent. Like I said, I haven't read these yet. So I'm not saying go out and buy them right away. I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying that's what I'm looking at right now. You don't have to get it just yet. If you want to, by all means, because some of these are actually kind of a heavy read. Right. I did not expect this to go on this long. But some of them are actually kind of heavy. Like this one, for example. Nature's Finer Forces. It is some source material on the Tatwas, but it isn't a smooth read whatsoever. So it might be good to have for your collection, but it's definitely going to take your time and your effort to go through it. All right, let's get to these other two, and then we can wrap this up. Don't want to keep you guys all night, even though I've done it before. I got reading to do. Ooh. Would you look at that? Another book about the Tatwas. Yoga Tatwa Upanishad. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these people are in affiliation with the Bihar School of Yoga. And if you have watched my channel for any amount of time, you understand the Bihar School of Yoga is the same group of people who released Tatwa Shuddhi, as well as Dharana Darshan, and a whole host of other meditation of the Tantras, Kundalini Tantra, and all that stuff right there. So this is also related to this one here. So this deals more with the source material of what's going on. Cool stuff. So this has practices and a little bit of background data. Excellent, excellent. And you can find the descriptions on Amazon. Again, I'm not saying, hey, go buy these books right now. I'm not saying that. Just showing you what I'm looking into, because the knowledge here is going into the training of the app. All right, so there's one more book, and then I'll let you guys go because I got to study. Book time, book time. All right, so what is the final one in this stackage? Ooh. In any attempt to popularize such an essentially mystical work as the Kabbalah, the main point to be kept in view is that Kabbalah is a word for far wider significance than is commonly supposed. It is indeed equivalent to Hermetic when that term is employed. Jewish Kabbalah. Okay, so I'm guessing this is a Kabbalah book. I wonder what it could be. Raw unfiltered honey. Okay. So this is called Kabbalah, the Harmony of Opposites. W.J. Colville. All right, so this is actually one. Okay, yeah. So this connects the Kabbalah to the allegories of the Bible and the significance of the numbers. All right. So we're talking about the Kabbalah, and we're talking about its relation to the Bible. All right. This one is one of the books that the secret documents that I received from a very old school author recommended to get. So this is actually a reworking of a very old book, but it relates the Kabbalah to the different allegories of the Bible, and it shows the connection there. Cool. I don't know where to put this one just yet. I might have to make a new pile. We'll put it there. So yeah, that's what I got today. And like I said, there's going to be about $200 worth coming over the next few days, and I will definitely let you know, and let you know why and how it relates to this app. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Do you guys have any comments about any of these things or anything like that? What's going on, Sunshine Chick? You're not super late, because this is definitely replayable. Mo B, greetings. What's good, Primordial? Thank you all, Brazil. Thank you. Useless Familiar says, I've only been doing this for a year. I don't even know what a Tawa is. Man, we did spend the whole past 2-3 months talking about Tawa Shooty now. I highly suggest you all take pics of any books you may need. All right. Check them out. Okay, so Stray Panthers asks, will scrying be included? Absolutely. So that's going to be involved in one of the first modules of Inner Light Activation System, right? In order to really activate these tatwas within you and the connection to them, scrying is actually necessary. So yes, scrying will be included with the first practice. And I'm definitely excited to get into that. Definitely. All right. Kalala Papaya, greetings. All right, guys. So yeah, just showing you what I've been up to. I'm gonna try to keep this going every day. I mean, I might miss a day or two, but just want to keep you updated on what I'm doing. And if you are late and don't know what's going on, after being banned from TikTok, I realized that the best way and the only way for me to really communicate the teachings of occult science like I really want to is for me to create my own app and deliver this data in an unrestricted fashion. The only way for me to do that is to make my own app. And I'm going to be asking you guys to donate to help me fund this app because it's pretty expensive. I've been working on it day and night, every single day, condensing these different piles of books that you saw on my desk, condensing these different piles of books into bite-sized, digestible media that the average person or the interested spiritual person can dive into and utilize it. There's going to be trainings, guided meditations. There's going to be ways to track your progress, to track how many pages you read, to track how many hours you've meditated. There's going to be all kinds of different ways to apply this. And as a special bonus, there's going to be physical things that I'm going to be sending out, including my first book. So the way I'm going to do this, my first book is going to be for you guys who have been supporting me all this time, who are tuned in and who actually care about this. I'm not going to be selling it on Amazon. So my first book is going to be sold through the app, members of the app, right? Now my next books, of course, they're going to be on Amazon and stuff like that, but there's going to be a lot of physical items, not just my book, that I'm going to be putting out through the app. But the whole thing is I'm so focused and I'm so wrapped up in this that I'm not posting as much on social media as I usually am. So I'm just making this just to kind of let people know what's going on behind the scenes, what I'm up to, and just letting you know I'm definitely going to be asking for donations. I haven't finished setting up not Kickstarter, but the GoFundMe page. I haven't finished setting that up just yet, but be on the lookout for it. Right? Not going to lie to you, it's very expensive. I can do it on my own, but I won't be able to do it the way that it should be done, the way it deserves to be done. So for that, I am asking for your help. Yeah, because it's a pretty big thing, pretty big penny. But I believe it's necessary. No one else is doing this, right? No one else is doing this. And I don't think anybody else can do it, at least not yet. Maybe by the time this app is finished, you guys will come out of this thing being able to do what I can do and even more. Not saying that I'm this super special, awesome person, but I have a lot of knowledge in this particular subject, and I'm so ready, willing, and able to teach it to anyone who wants to know about it. All right. So yeah. Just wanted to share that behind the scenes, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm just sitting on my ass playing Fortnite. Because I do play Fortnite after my studies, because I got to get a little bit of human in there. But Cripple Tiley says, will the app be on the Google Play Store, or how will it be distributed? Absolutely. So it's going to be an actual app. It's going to be an actual app that you'll be able to get on the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. I talked to the guys about Amazon. I don't think that's really necessary right now, but it's going to be on the two main platforms. It's going to be its own app, owned entirely by me and worked on by these developers. Like, it's going to be legit. The first thing that I looked at is security. You know what I'm saying? Because this is actually some sensitive information. I can't have it being hacked and leaked and shit like that. But one of the things that I'm really figuring out right now is, do I need to include a community aspect where there's going to be pretty much like a Facebook within, or if that's kind of unnecessary, right? But yeah, I'll keep up with you guys. I'm going to try my best to do this every single day. If not, then every other day, whatever. But just letting you know what I'm up to, keeping you excited, keeping you interested in this. So I'm going to wrap it up. All right, guys? Cosmic Chlorophyll says they have another black man who just made an app too. He's an alchemist musician as well. I'm proud of you, Travis Magus. Thank you, Cosmic Chlorophyll. And yeah, I'm familiar with him. Will, his name is Will. I forget his last name, but yeah, he's getting into what's that thing called? There's another book, Judy J. King. If you guys remember what it's called. But yeah, he's really into that. I think that's kind of funny how we both kind of came up. He was doing it first. I'll give him that. He was doing it first. I wasn't even thinking about an app until TikTok banned me. But there won't be competition because we're not doing the same thing. But yeah, if I can support that dude any way I can, I definitely will. Shango Thunder says, I might have missed it, so tell me where to send you some money so I can support the app creation. Okay, yeah, Alex Will 64, that's it. Thank you. I haven't said it yet. I said I'm still working on the page because I've been 24/7 in these books. But I'm definitely going to come up with the page. You're not going to miss it because I'm going to be posting it and sharing it everywhere. I'm going to make a few videos just to kind of help promote it also. But the time's coming. It's coming. Hopefully by the end of within the next 7 days, hopefully. But yeah, I definitely won't let you miss it. It's going to be all over the place. But just stay tuned. That's another reason why I'm making these daily vlogs, so that you can kind of just be in tune with what's going on. All right. So If you want the book titles, just go back and watch the video again or rewind to your favorite part. If you haven't already, like the video, because that's what lets YouTube know that my content is worth promoting, worth watching, lets other people find me, and it helps this community grow. So yeah, if there's anything else, ask away. But otherwise, I'm about to end the live stream. Hannah Warwood, thank you. Thank you, Moby. You says, please add a chat log. So yeah, a chat is easier to add than a whole community function. Because that's one of the things, like a whole community function, that takes a lot of programming in order to make it run properly. A chat is easy. So what we can do a chat. But I'd love to have a community because I would love to have people connect with each other and do experiments with each other. You know, working on astral projection, doing different rituals, working with different entities, and recording your results together. I think that would be so cool. One of the things that I really want to separate what I'm doing from what anyone else is doing is the aspect of community, right? Community. Because together we go so much farther than we can go alone, obviously. All right, guys. I'm about to wrap it up. I am Malachi says, any tips on balancing studying and practicing and balancing human life? That's a good question. My intention was really to reduce that human life aspect of it, to make my life entirely about study and practice. That's my goal. You don't have to do that, but that was my goal. But as far as balancing the two, the important thing is to just have realistic expectations, right? If you got a lot of stuff going on and you're not able to really focus as much time as you want to every single day, then just be realistic about it, you know? But you definitely want to set boundaries with yourself and say, today I'm going to invest an hour in study. Nothing's going to stop that. Even if you have to go to another room and lock the door, or if you got to tell everybody in the house, like, hey, you know, this is what I'm doing. I'm serious about this. Don't interrupt me during this time. Do what you have to do, right? The book that I showed here, The One Thing, this actually has some pretty good tips about that also. But yeah, as far as balancing the study and practice versus real life, just have realistic boundaries and realistic expectations, right? Because if you don't have realistic expectations, you're gonna beat yourself up when you don't make it. And then if you beat yourself up, that's gonna cause you to develop negative patterns, negative feelings, and you won't want to do it anymore. But and also to understand just a little bit every day, a little bit every day. You don't have to conquer an entire book in a day. Read 10 pages a day, 5 pages a day. Do whatever you can in a day. All right. Trinity, peace, peace. Simply Elon, peace, peace. But yeah, like I said, Malachi, realistic expectations, and then grow over time. I believe you said you bought the Creative Visualizations book, right? From Ophiel. Check out the chapter where he talks about the sphere of influence. Make sure I said that right. Sphere of availability, that's it. Make sure you check out what he says in the sphere of availability, because you want to apply that to every aspect of your life, not just your study and your magical process, but every aspect of your life. And the sphere of availability, that's actually chapter 3, right? Page 25. Hell, go ahead and read that first if you just got the book. But be realistic, all right? GG's, Travis. GG's, useless familiar. All right, you guys. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for the donations. Be on the lookout because more is definitely coming. Well, Brazil, I've got an audiobook of this as well. If you haven't seen already, just Google that book, The Art and Practice of Getting Material Things Through Creative Visualization by Ophiel. I read the whole thing on YouTube Live. You can check that out. All right, everybody. D. Zadis. Peace. All right, so I did this in an hour. Don't want to make this too long. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. This is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus. here with LVX777. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I do this for you guys. I do this for myself, but I do this for you guys as well. Because if there wasn't anyone to communicate this data with, it would literally just be me in a room studying all damn day. But because you guys are interested, I have somebody to communicate with about this. So let's wrap this up. Peace.